Testing, testing. Oh, shit. Alright, testing, testing. Hey Elias, how's it going? It's always nice to hear. Yeah, not too bad. I'm alright. I'm not really like in the casting kind of mood. Like I'm not like super hyped for it because I've kind of fallen off Wizard Wars. I've just not really been in the mood for it. But you know, keep to my duties and try and stream cast for other people so they can enjoy it. Trying to set up Discord so it says that I'm streaming, and I cannot remember how you set it up or how you put it so it says on the side that you're streaming. Activity status. Display current activity status. Say yes. Audio is very quiet. Audio of the game or audio of me speaking? So I can turn up the game volume a little bit. I don't know how to do this stupid thing that says I'm streaming. My voice is quiet. Alright, I can turn that up a bit. Alright, it says I'm playing Wizard Wars. I wish it would say that I'm streaming Wizard Wars. I don't know how to change that. Sure, let me turn up my volume a little bit. On microphone. Is that better? Hopefully that's better. We're just kind of waiting for people to start the matches, I guess. Just need Max to tell me when and to let him know which lobby for me to join. Sounds good. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name. Gizeppel 3. I don't know. I'm terrible with names. Alright. Yeah, I haven't got anything like set up. It's been quite a while since I casted a tournament. It's quite a while since we had a tournament actually. And so like all of my settings are all wrong and switched up. So US Wizard Warfare. Oh yeah, it's not TDM, is it? It's what you call it? Wait, do we even have a US Warfare? We don't have a US Warfare. We got Soul Harvest, Free for All, Dual, TDM, Train Lobby, and Bot Lobby. We don't have a Warfare. We only have EU Warfare, so that's good. How many teams are there? I'm not 100% certain. I can check if I switch this over to the bracket thing. So looking at that, at least there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams we have. So not loads. We don't tend to get. I think this tournament wasn't very well announced, marketed, whatever you want to say. So we didn't get loads of people in. Normally, I'm like, I say when I'm actively playing Wizard Wars and stuff, I'll actually like make announcements and tag everyone and get everyone aware. But yeah, not this time around. This is kind of like a last minute where I was like, yeah, I'll do it for them. I haven't actually looked to see who they actually are in the teams. So I'll have a look a second and I'll go through them. Let people know. I'm just going to make an announcement here. Actually, I can put it here. Oh. Whoops. What is my... Oh, I can just type it out. Twitch.tv/SuperMickyJay. Oh, I thought it'd give me a link at least. Come on. Right. Let's do this way. Sorry, bear with me, guys, while I sort things out and things get sorted out. Edit that, put that, there we go. Are any mods being used? No. I mean, we don't have any actual like mods that affect gameplay. We have like quality of life mods. Like just things that help out, make things look better, and because like the game wasn't like completely patched together like exactly as it was when the game was released. Yeah, Neon, I can't be bothered to sort it out. Let's say everything's kind of just a mishmash of just things being thrown in. It's all last minute. So I think we'll probably have to just use EU warfare and hope that it's not unstable at this current moment in time. Imagine not using the camera mod. I think I do have that one in the spectator one. That I can do that, but streaming like the flying around stuff, people do not like that. Not using an in-game like UI overhaul. What's wrong with the UI of Wizard Wars? Almost my link as advertising. Tournament right now. Search. Ooh. Can't type search. Oh my god, I can't spell search. Well, because this is we're doing a King of the Hill, it's kind of, there is definitely like an actual set time limit to it, because once your number of tokens run out, then if you and your teammate die, you'll lose. So I don't know how fast it'll drop down. I'd say somewhere between like maybe around like 5 to 8 minutes would be the minimum. And then obviously it can go on like for super long depending on how evenly matched the teams are. Obviously other game modes, Wizard Warfare, can end super quickly because once you cap all the points, then you would be able to, the other team can't respawn. Team Deathmatch could be super quick, so obviously it's just a 4v4 and then 3 rounds of that. So apparently EU is unplayable right now, which isn't great. The tournament organisers did not do a very good job of organising this tournament, I will say. Should have been prepared that we had a US warfare. Yeah, that's the only one we can use. We can't really use any of the other ones. Is the tournament best of 1? I'm not even certain what it is. Let me just... It might say on the actual thing. Normally what we do is best of 1, I believe. Best of 1 for the first rounds, and then when you get to like the finals, we'll do best of 3, I think. Or maybe we'll do best of 3 for these first ones. We'll confirm when we start with Max, once we get things underway. Fastest warfare recorded is 21 seconds. Yeah, that sounds about right. We just got like everyone in speed gear, and then just had them all rush the points straight away, and then push them off and kill them. You can get it pretty quickly. We need it on... What map would be the easiest one for that to happen? Preferably a 3-point map, I guess. And then... probably the teleporter one. Actually, no, maybe not the teleporter one, because that one, like, it's a little bit uncertain. It's a bit harder to kind of move things around. Display switch, yeah, I was thinking that, but I'm thinking, like, because you kind of need to guarantee that your home point is not capped, and so you've got to keep someone kind of, like, down the bottom to guard that teleporter, whereas in the Meadows one, the way that you can kind of move through the map, you can kind of guarantee that they wouldn't. Have you played the other Paradox game, the Showdown Effect? No, I haven't played any of the Paradox games. Only Magicka. Oh, so we're going to end up switching to a... Well, I was reading the Discord, and they're questioning whether we'll switch to doing TDM instead because they can't use the Warfare map for the King of the Hill. The guy who manages the servers is currently inactive, so... Well, not inactive, but he's just not here. So let me have a look. What am I looking at? Yeah, 5 players. Let's have a look. Well, I'll have a look and see who's actually on the teams right now. So what we got? Froxance and Atticus. Well, Froxance is decent. I mean, I haven't seen all these people play in a while, but Froxance is a decent player. Atticus, I don't know how good of a player Atticus is. I have no idea who they're playing against. They've just put some random name. I don't know who that's going to be. Doug Ratman and... Oh, I don't even know who that is. Begins with an S. Oh, it's probably Swaginator. So I'm not sure how good of a player Doug is. I know he kind of joined a couple of weeks ago. So I think he's kind of newish, but he might have, picked it up pretty easily. Swaginator, really good player, very aggressive player. Don't Speak and Effa. I think they're both, pretty decent players. And then Mr. Flamadak, the best player in the game at the moment, by far. And I don't know who Tiv Tam is. I don't know how well they play. So, I mean, by default, if you've got Mr. Flamadak on your team, you've already got, like, a very high chance of winning this tournament. There is quite a few, like, vets, and there's a decent number of newer people that have kind of come back. We do frequently get people to come in and say, like, oh, I remember playing this, like, a little bit back in the day when it was there, and they didn't realize that, that it was still playable. Sometimes you get people that have never played it before, where they've, like, maybe they played Magicka 1 or Magicka 2 and they kind of found this, or maybe people have brought in their friends and stuff. But I think majority have at least played it before, and there is, like, a good handful of people that were kind of, like, vets of the game that played quite a lot back in the day. Sorry guys, we're just gonna have to wait a little bit while they decide what we're gonna do. Chances are this may switch to just be a 2v2 TDM tournament rather than a King of the Hill, which is a little bit unfortunate because King of the Hill provides for a little more strategic play than TDM. Well, the game was always free to play, and so it's not on Steam anymore. Like, you can't find it in the store. So what you can do is if you join the Discord and go to we have, like, an FAQ which has a guide of how to do it, and it's got a link in there that you can use that gets it from the Steam store, even though it's not on there. Yeah, so it's like it's on Steam, but it's not on the store, but it's still downloadable through Steam. Like, you've just got to have the specific link for it. Like I say, it's in the guide. I mean, if you've got the game already in your library, then you just need to patch it. But like I said, again, following the guide that we have on our Discord, and you'll be able to patch the game, and it'll allow you to, allow it to work. Because without it, you won't be able to connect. Okay, so that team name, that weird looking team name, is actually Buffett, Snail, and Neon. So that is a very strong team. US TDM question mark. Next. Yeah. All right. Well, it looks like there's a bunch of people already in the US TDM, so we're gonna have the fun times of. This is the problem of when it's a TDM one as well, is that we have to deal with trying to like get into the actual thing. Why can I have people not doing it? I don't know why my quick actions are not letting me edit the stream title anymore. That's not ideal. Why is that happening? Maybe I try reloading the page. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'll switch it to a TDM. Oh, TDM. TDM. Sorry, I'm just repeatedly saying the word TDM over and over again. Okay, move this back across so I can see the chat. We'll have to wait for people to come out of the lobby because I think people are currently playing. Alright, so first up is going to be Froxsaints and Atticus against Neon and Buffett Snail. So like I said, Froxsaints is a good player. Atticus, I don't know how good a player he is. I haven't seen him play. And then they're playing against Neon and Buffett Snail, both veteran players, both very good at the game. Will the tournament be one day? It's just gonna be today. There's not enough players for this to go over like that long. It may be a couple hours, depending on how easily we can get matches going. Yeah, I think a lot of people are a little bit confused about with the guide sometimes. Earlier on, I think maybe now Neon is actually like set up with his mod loader. Like maybe you can actually, like, if you use the mod loader, it's a lot easier to set up the game. But I'm not 100% certain about that. Alright, the lobby's open, so let me get inside of here. Hopefully we get everyone in. Alright, so we've got Neon and Rick James in already. So Rick James is Buffett Snail, and it's the ones with that weird name that they've decided to use, annoyingly. Let me just switch to the game, because I always forget to do this. Oh, don't start just yet. For some reason, it's not showing the game. So let me just... Oh, because apparently it's trying to show New World. I don't play that game. Not anymore. There we go. Alright, you guys should be able to see it now. Let me just kind of... we got a random person joining, which is pretty standard. Yeah, black screen. Hopefully you should be able to see it now. Yeah, cool. Alright, all good. Oh, we just need... Oh, apparently we lost Rick. Alright. So Rick's back. Alright, so it looks like we have everyone, so we should be able to get started. This is going to be a regular 2v2 TDM match, and each one of these, it's best of 3 within the match, and I don't know if we're doing this one. Well, I just said we were good to go. Good to go. Alright, so we got Atticus in default, we've got Froxsaints in default, we've got Neon with plus speed. So that's minus 550 health, and then we've got Rick James in default as well. So pretty default stats all around. Neon is known to have that that speed. He uses it really well. He's really good at dodging. What have we got? We got like kind of like pistol. We got pitchfork. We got hatchet, and we got what's that? Water crossbow. Is that water crossbow? Yeah. Oh. The water crossbow is a very annoying weapon to have. People don't generally expect the oh god, I forgot I could zoom on this, can't I? Oh, this is gonna get. I've got to get used to this. All right, so here we go. All right, so straight away, we got Rick James coming in at the middle. We got Neon pulling it at the back. It looks like we're gonna have this standard kind of like two, like one in the front, one in the back kind of support style. Rick James is pushing in hard. Atticus kind of falling back a little bit. Rick James is going real hard. He stopped the heals coming in from Atticus. Now Froxense is stuck in the middle, and they are going to split off into kind of like a 1v1 situation. So we're going to see how this kind of turns out. So Froxense is getting chilled a lot there. Rick James, Atticus going at it. Oh, Rick James turns around, starts hitting Froxense, but the heals coming in from Atticus. They have kind of managed to pull back into this kind of supporting position. So now they're switching back into their 1v1s, but Froxense turns. Oh, Atticus gets frozen, and with the shatter from Rick James, really nicely done. That was really good. I didn't even catch that. That happened so quickly. Froxense now on his own. He's going to have a hard time getting back from this. Neon almost goes on the teleporter, so they do manage to push him away from it. Really nicely done by Neon and Rick James. They're just doing a lot of freeze. I think they're just kind of trolling him a little bit here at the moment. But they've managed to push him away from the teleporter, so that is really good. This is a very big a nuisance for this map. So you want to try and keep them away from that. Rick James just constantly spamming that hatchet. Froxense, he's doing well to stay alive, but ultimately I think he's just going to go down here. Nice block with the storm there. He's hanging in well, but he does ultimately go down. Nice try. So that is 1 round, Neon and Rick James. Alright, here we go. So we're going to get the same thing. Again, Rick James coming to the front. Neon's putting some mines down for the teleporter, but I don't think that's going to be used in this match. I think that'll probably be a bit of a throw if you send someone in around the back, because it just allows the other team to just push straight through. So yeah, we're going to have these fights in the middle pretty much every time. Froxense, oh, he did get caught by that chill, but he did manage to get the water in time, so he's not going to get frozen. But he still left it on. It could potentially get frozen, but Neon does use fire. He's taking a lot of damage. Rick James with the heal blocks. Froxense taking a lot of damage. Atticus now comes in. Rick James, unfortunately, puts the dome down, but Atticus does manage to get off enough heals. Froxense does come back up, and they're both taking a lot of damage. Nice rock in there from Neon. He does manage to heal up Rick James, and now Froxense is quite low. Atticus is getting hit from the back. I don't know if they're going to be able to support this. Nice blocks from Rick James, and he does get taken out from Neon. And now again, Froxense is just going to have to try and keep it alive, but he does ultimately go down. Exactly, Elias. Don't go through it. At least in a competitive setting, there's no reason to. Unless maybe if you've got, like, you know, more players on each team, then it's possible. But you've got to, like, get through and be quick just in case someone does turn around. But ultimately, it's not really. Whether you should do it or not, it's questionable. But if you've got like 4v4, then having 4 people fight in this tiny area can be a bit annoying. So maybe sending someone around the back just to kind of draw that attention away. Is my voice tired? I'm a little bit used to it. I've done this a lot. It's been a while. I can already feel my throat being a little bit rough. But yeah, it is a bit of too much of a risk. Not always worked out. And this is going to be a quick match. I didn't even get a chance to talk about it, and they do go down. So that is a win for Neon and Rick James. Alright. Don't know if this is best of 1. I'll have to just quickly check, so we may end up going into another one while we check this. Best of 1 or best of 3? I think this is probably going to be just a best of 1 for these first ones. But this is a double elimination tournament, so they do have a chance to come back. There is always potential. Let me just switch this back to the browser. It should get updated shortly. Yeah, I would like it for it to be a best of 3, because sometimes you do get these matches where they do just go really quickly, but that's just the way it is. Neon and Rick James are both very good vets. Like, they've played this game a lot. Yeah. Okay, so it's best of 1 for these matches, and it's going to be best of 3 for the finals. I imagine people don't want it to take too long. As you know, sometimes these matches can just go on. The tournament can go on. Like, we've had like, well, actually, back in the day, I think the longest tournament day we ever had was like kind of 9 hours. That was rough on my voice. My throat was really bad by the end of that. Alright, so I'm just going to go sit in this TDM lobby and we'll wait. Hopefully for the next tournament, hopefully we will get the King of the Hill map sorted. Or at least, not the King of the Hill map, but get the King of the Hill game mode kind of like sorted. So we're using the Warfare one on US. And I'll make sure to announce it and stuff, you know. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine Alias spending like 9 hours for that to go on, waiting for people. Like it's always like it only goes on for so long because of technical issues. Like I'm pretty sure it was like having connection problems. That's a lot of it. Let me quickly just have a drink. All right, so. I feel like I need more monitors for doing this kind of thing because I just can't see I can't switch between everything, and I always forget which, because my OBS is not the thing that I have open all the time, so I always forget which screen you guys are actually seeing. But yeah, you're looking at the bracket right now, so I know that much. I'm guessing, based on looking at the bracket, we'll probably end up having Doug and Swag against Rick James and Neon potentially. I mean, it's kind of like what you think. Or maybe they'll give them a break and it'll go into the other one. So potentially we'll have Don't Speak and an Effer against Flamberdeck and Tivtam. Yeah, I think that's what's happening since everyone's filing in. Alright, sorry. I'll make sure to switch this back so we don't get started without everyone seeing. Got to keep the Discord open so I can see if anyone says anything in there. Alright, while we're waiting, I think we're probably just maybe waiting for Max to come in. I haven't had the chance to kind of like set that up, Neon, but it's actually, I think maybe we save it for the next one so that I can say, like we can announce it and so people are aware of it, but it's actually £35 because Play and Swag also did the same thing and donated their winnings to the next tournament. So it's 35 overall. But yeah, so rather than have it for this one, we'll do it for the next one and we'll actually like announce it so people are aware ahead of time and we'll hopefully get more people into it. So wait, what? That is very questionable. Sorry, we're just looking at the bracket, and I'm. Oh yeah, wait. Wait, Duggan. Okay, so the organizer of the tournament's just tagging the wrong people, so it's just confusing me, and everyone else as well. Alright, so while we're waiting for, I'm assuming, Max to come into here, we'll have a look and see what we've got. So on the left side, we've got Effer and Don't Speak. Effer's running, let's have a look. So he's got plus 15 fire, plus 7 lightning, interesting, plus 5 shield with a fire crossbow. That's a very interesting setup. We've got Don't Speak in null stats. He's not using the null trinket, but he is in null, and he's got what looks like the earth crossbow. We've got Tivtam in plus 30 cold, a little bit of plus health, 100 health. Sorry, just check these. Yeah, plus health. He's using earthly as well, so that's a tough combination. So sorry, I'll go to that in a second. We've got null stats for Mr. Flamberdeck. So Tivtam. So the thing with earthly crossbows is that the earthly crossbow can shatter with its shot, and having plus 30 cold means obviously it's a lot easier for him to freeze people, so being able to freeze and shatter people a lot more, that's going to be a tough thing. And definitely with Mr. Flamberdeck, I think he's going to be able to get those freezes on the other team really easily. So I'll have to see how well they manage to do that. Do you get all the lords out at the beginning? Definitely unlock. Originally, you had to unlock things when the game was out. Now in the revived version, you just have everything. Everything's unlocked as soon as you start off. So you can have whatever you want. all magics, all items, all cosmetics, etc. Which is really cool, which is good. I mean, I did like, to be fair, I'm pretty sure I had everything unlocked in the actual game, because I put like almost 2,000 hours into the original before it closed down. So I had like unlocked everything. It's also, thing is as well, like I said, we have a lot of quality of life improvements to the game. Well, I say improvements. We have a lot of quality of life things to the game that haven't been like pointed. So if you just get the actual game itself, like, and you know, you patch it with the patch so it allows you to play, some of the things won't actually work properly, and you have to kind of add these additional patches. One example is that in the original game, they changed it so that you can switch magics mid-game. And that doesn't work unless you add an additional patch. So it is possible. So while this does show that, for example, the Don't Speak has Teleport, Conflag, Revive, and Meteor, if you have the thing that you switch, you can switch these to the other ones as well. So you're not always using Teleport. You can switch to Haste, for example, which is definitely a useful thing you should have. I'm ready to go. And then this switch teams is this is a quality of life thing that we that got added. So this was not in the original game, but it didn't really matter because obviously now it's server based, so we can it's you join and you're setting up with your friends, whereas before they had a custom lobby where you could actually swap people around, so you didn't actually need a switch teams button, and you wouldn't want to swap it during matchmaking because that's unfair. Alright, here we go. And we got this map again. I'd like to see the other map at some point. But if I'm going to bet on this match, I think I'm going to have to go with Flammadack on this one. Oh, nice shot there right at the beginning by Don't Speak, but both of them taking a lot of damage. And it looks like Flammadack's just going to rush in straight away. Tim Tam's kind of in the back. He's going to start providing with some support. Don't Speak's taking a lot of damage. Not any heals going on. He needs to start healing up, but he does get shocked by himself. Nice Tim Tam with the water shards there. Don't Speak taking a lot of damage. Flammadack's just spamming those mines. F is going down real hard. And it looks like he may go down. He does get taken out by Flammadack. And now Don't Speak is going to have to try and tail back up with Flammadack. Pushing in with those plus cold. And he accidentally shocks himself. Causes a little bit of the storm. And he's going to possibly get taken out. And he is. He's going to go down. Yeah, the maps are supposed to be random. So we have 2 TDM matches. One's like the miners camp one, which is like a foresty kind of one, and then we got this one. And there's a bunch of warfare maps, bunch of 2 like soul harvest maps and stuff. So there is some, but it's random based at the moment. At least it should be. Alright, so here we go. Don't Speak taking a lot of damage here, but he does get healed up by Effa. Effa is currently wet at the moment, and there's the freeze from Mr. Flammadack, and he's going to try and get it. He does get the shatter on him. And Don't Speak is trying to push away. He's trying to bait on that teleport. He may be able to get Flammadack on it, but it looks like it's in that kind of like bug state where it's not activated, and he does manage to force Flammadack out of there. He's going to buy himself a little bit of time, but Flammadack's going to be coming in here. Rock coming in. Oh, he does get a big hit on that. And it looks like Don't Speak is going to end up going down here. Yeah, it would be cool if we could choose the maps beforehand. We did, like I say, in the custom thing that we had when the game was alive, like you could do that. So it would be nice to have that. It looks like they're both going to go through the teleporter. Oh, but Epic, unfortunately, he doesn't manage to get on it. Oh, he just manages to push Flammadack out, but he does quickly follow. Nice ward switch there by Effa. He is currently wet, but he does have the Frost Ward on, so he doesn't have to worry about that shield, but he's taking a lot of damage from Flammadack here. Don't Speak and Tim Tam fighting out here, but Tim Tam's taking a lot of damage. He may end up going down. He does get taken out. Flammadack against Effa. Let's see if he can win this 1v2. Big hit on Flammadack there. Switches ward, tries to block the light, but he's taking a lot of damage. He may have to try and teleport out here. Oh, good block there from that crossbow shot. He's doing well to stay alive. He's using this, so he's managing to block everything, but he's keeping this ward on, so he's getting that ticking over time, and he does manage to take out Effa. I didn't even see that. I guess he just wasn't focused on his health. Too busy focused on the fact that Flammadack was low. Don't Speak taking a huge amount of damage here, and he gets hit out. He's only in a half ward. Flammadack with a shot, almost manages to take him out, and he just manages to take him out. Nicely done by Flammadack there, winning that 1v2 at the end. So that is a win for Flammadack and Tim Tam. They almost managed to get around there at the end, but Flammadack is he's just so good at kind of keeping himself alive while dealing out damage as well. And people get, I do this as well. I get a little bit tunnel visioned when I see like Flabberdack at low health, and you know, you try and take him out, and he's just really good at just dishing out that damage while keeping himself alive. And before you know it, you're both really low. You try and pull back to get that health back, and he just goes full aggro on you and takes you out. So really nicely done by them. This game is sick. This game is sick. It's honestly, it's my favorite game of all time. I've put like so many hours into this, and I just really enjoy it. The PvP in it is really good. And the reason why I like the PvP so much is because everyone is exactly the same. In all of the games, you're balancing the champions out. For example, normally it's, you got the champions got like a set, and then you got another champion who's a different set, and ultimately it's like, this one is, it's good against this one, and so you're already at a disadvantage. Whereas with this game, everyone has exactly the same spells. Sure, you can change your affinities, so you can make your fire stronger, but at the same time, that makes your arcane weaker, so it balances itself out. But you're still using the same spells, so you can kind of switch up your playstyle, but ultimately everyone's exactly the same, and it comes down to pure skill rather than what you chose before you went into the match. Alright, please tell me you guys actually saw that, because I didn't even remember. I was like, please tell me I didn't leave the bracket on again. Alright, so let me switch over to the browser. I think this is not updated, so let me just switch over to this. Oh, I have to open it up for you guys to see. Sorry about that. Alright, so you can see that... I wish they put the actual team names in. So we got Rick James and Neon managed to win their match against Frog Saints and Atticus. So they went through, and then Flabberdack and Tivtown beat Don't Speak in FS, so they've gone through. Don't Speak in FS, so they've gone down into this bottom. So we're going to see which match is next. Let me go jump into that lobby real quick, and I'll make sure to switch. Alright, it's good that you saw, because I have been caught out on that many times. Alright, so you definitely can see, because I've just switched that over, and I can see that there. So, based on the fact that these guys are in the lobby, I'm guessing that this is going to be the next match. So this is Doug and Swag against Neon and Rick James. Alright, so while we're waiting here in the lobby, let's say I don't know how good of a player Doug is at the moment. I haven't, since he kind of joined, I haven't been playing, so I don't really know. Swag, really good player, hyper aggressive player. So he is really good, but sometimes he can be a little bit too aggressive, and it can be his downfall. But at the same time, like, he's really good at dealing out damage. So looking at what the stats are looking at, so we got Doug Ratman. He's in plus 25 arcane, plus 10 lightning, no health, and he's got the ritual sword. We got Swag. Interesting, the Swag's not in default. Normally vets tend to play in default stats. So we got plus 15 cold and the leaf blade, so nothing else on that. And then we've got Rick James in null stats, and then we've got Neon in his plus speed again. Ready when you guys. Ooh. We haven't seen any magics getting used yet, which is a little bit unfortunate. Who is favoured in this match? I mean, just because I haven't seen Doug play, I'm gonna my bet would be on Rick James and Neon, because I know how good of a team they are. But I say I don't know how good Doug is. So Swag's definitely a good player. So it all comes down to how strong of a player Doug is. But my bet would be on Rick James and Neon at the moment. Alright, here we go. Sweet. So we got the forest map, so you can see there's like a nice figure 8. You don't have the teleporters on this one, so ultimately you tend to get these fights in these kind of like bottom bits here. So people kind of like fight around in these kind of like bottom areas. So it's definitely kind of different from the teleport one where it's forced straight into the middle. But straight away we've got both people coming into the middle here. So actually we've got Neon just firing that crossbow. So the water crossbow is such a nuisance to have, because it applies the wet status, but it does a lot of damage as well, and people rarely ward EQQ to block all of that damage. But Doug's taking a huge amount of damage. Neon getting a big shot there in the back from Swag, but Neon with that plus speed just able to run away so easily, and Swag's trying to chase after him, but Rick James was doing such a good job of dealing damage. Now Swag's gonna have to fall back. Doug unfortunately keeps getting knocked back by those beams from Neon and Rick James, getting those fall down, but they do manage to heal back up. So again, everyone's back up to kind of normal, and we are in this kind of like bottom area. Like I said, this is where we generally have this kind of like these matches end up. And so we got Swag. Oh my God, Doug just hits Swag right in the back. That is such a misplay, and he does get taken down there, unfortunately. And it looks like Doug is going to go down. Oh, and he tries to use the haste, and that is such a waste of the focus, unfortunately. So that is one round for Rick James and Neon. So it's hard to say how, like, so obviously, like I said, we're basing this kind of on, like, how strong of a player Doug is to, like, how this match will turn out. But, I mean, anyone can accidentally shoot a rock into your teammate's bet. You know, it can happen. You know, hopefully that's just a one-off, and we'll see how things kind of turn out from here. So we got Doug constantly trying to provide heals and Swag's back, but Neon's doing such a good job of, like, the anti-support here. He's just causing those the blocks. So if you use a heal beam and it intercepts with an arcane beam, it'll knock down both people. So you can stop people from using the heal beam on their teammates and just constantly keep knocking them down. But Doug does get taken out there by that joint effort of Neon and Rick James. Really well done there by them, and Swag's pulling back to this bottom corner, but they are going to get the surround on him. Swag is pushing his way out, so he's doing a good job. He's kind of making sure he's got this extra time for them to get back, but Neon has got a plus, so he's going to be quickly getting back into here. Now Swag's in a bit more of an open area, and he's going to have to just keep kiting around this and doing as much damage as he can. But nice shot there by Neon, just sneaking it past that wall. Swag using up that lightning heal storm, really nicely done, but rock shot in the back by Neon. He's such low health, comes in another shot, and it's just doing so much. He can't do anything about it. He's staying in EDD, but he's still taking damage because he's not blocking that shot from the water crossbow. And that's why it's such a problem, is that you want to block projectiles. You know, you want to block rocks with EDD. It's the best thing to use when you're turtling up, because it stops you being pushed, stops those big hits. But the water crossbow is just going to go straight through that. All right, potentially final round here. Oh, teleport from Swag straight onto Rick James. Going to try and do a lot of damage, but Neon's shooting him in the back. Oh, another teleport from Swag. He's really trying to use those of his focus, but unfortunately teleported into that storm, and it allowed Neon just that time to pull back. Doug with the haste now. He runs off, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be able to make anything of it. But Swag does manage to block the heals to Rick James, but he's managing to turtle up, and Neon is now providing to support them. Neon nicely done here, using this kind of self-heal while he's providing the heal support to Rick James with Swag. You see, this is what I mean by Swag is got such good aggression. Like, it's just constantly keeping up the pressure on Rick James. It's not really allowing him to get anything out of it, and Swag's constantly full health. Doug's doing like a decent job. He's providing support, but big rock comes in from Rick James there, but they're both pretty bit low, but now Swag's switching to Neon instead here. Rick James kind of keeping nearby, and he's going to make sure that he can still provide support in the back by attacking Swag, and Swag takes huge amount of damage, does get hit by that shot from the crossbow, and Neon again, he's going to keep using that beam to knock down Doug, but he does manage to switch up to the heal rocks instead, and he does keep that beam on. Really nicely done by Doug there. Oh, but huge damage coming in from Swag. The wall does go down, and he does get shot from that water crossbow yet again. That water crossbow has been the bane of their existence in this match. I'm saying, like, as soon as I saw it, it's like it's gonna be a problem. All right, Doug. I mean, at this point, he needs to stay alive. But the fact that he keeps using his haste, oh, look at this, all the magic, and he goes down to the death. The problem is Doug kept using the haste. It wasn't used at particularly good moments, so that means that he didn't have the revive at the end there when it was needed the most. Oh, that's true, Atticus. Yeah, you did have a little bit of plus cold, so that water crossbow is doing slightly more damage than normal. Alright, so yeah. Neon and Rick James were the favourites to win that one. And they do manage to do so. I think Doug's his skill level just wasn't on the same... Obviously, it wasn't on the same level as the other teams. And also, I think playing with Swag, you definitely kind of... Like, you need to match well with his playstyle. Because, like I say, with him being such an aggressive player, you either need to be really good at supporting him while he's being aggressive, or at least need to be able to, you know, keep the other player distracted so he's not just getting hit by two people at the same time. Yeah, crossbow does have the long reload animation. That is the downside to it. But he was just staying so far back that they could rarely make anything from it. And every time that he was using it was always when Swag was far away and preoccupied by Rick James, or when Swag So he just always like hitting him in the back and stuff. So it was really well done by them. They did make the good use of it. All right, so let me just find this lobby. We'll switch it back over to the bracket for now so you guys can see what's going on with that. Alright. Alright. Let me just check to see what match we're going to do next. So it looks like we're going to head down into the loser bracket next. And we're going to see the Don't Speak and Effa match against Saints and Atticus. Alright, so it's safe to say that you're a big Neon fan then. Let's hope that he wins. I think normally, like I said, Mr. Flaminack is definitely always a favorite to win a tournament, just because he's such a strong player that he just has such a high chance of winning. But I think this is probably one of the closer ones where he's going to have a hard matchup in that final one, because it's ultimately, Tivtown doesn't seem like he's definitely not at the same level as Neon and Rick James. So that means that, if they manage to kind of say if Rick James manages to hold out long enough against Mr. Flaminack, if they're in kind of a 1v1, Neon can focus down Tivtown and switch it into that 1v2, and Mr. Flaminack, definitely a good player, but he's going to, struggle a little bit to win that kind of matchup. So he's really going to have his work cut out for him to keep his teammate alive and kind of keep that 2v2 going on. So we'll have to see how it goes. He does have hacks. I've questioned it the entire time that I've played with him. He's just, he's ridiculously good. All right, so here we go. So, like you say, Max says there, oh wait. Yep, almost forgot. You guys can't see that. All right. So, as Max says, whoever loses this, because this is we are in the losers bracket now, so whoever loses this will be out of the tournament, and the winners will progress through in the losers bracket. So, on the left side, we've got Effa in that plus 15 fire and plus 7 lightning and plus 5 shield. It's such a strange combination. I don't really know why he's used that, because you want to use certain amounts of things to to get that damage, but it's such a strange switch up of things. I'm not really sure. I don't even know what the potential logic is behind that. So Don't Speak is in null stats with that earthly crossbow, and they've got Saints and Atticus in null stats, and we've actually got the blaster on Atticus. So the blaster is a very strong weapon as well. We don't see it very often anymore, but it's a very, very powerful weapon. It's got that 3-shot burst. It does 150 damage per shot, something like that. Yeah, 3 element affinities. I mean, it's not even that it's the fact that he's chosen 3. It's just that he's chosen such small amounts on them as well. Plus 5 shield and plus 7 lightning. It's such an interesting choice. I love the zoom. I'm so glad that Neon added this. Look at that. They only go so far. Alright, let's zoom back in. Alright, here we go. Earthly crossbow shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't manage to hit anyone. And we're just going to get this kind of projectile fight off at the start while everyone's firing things. But Saints and Atticus are going to push straight in. So again, straight away, we're kind of in this kind of choke point down here at the bottom. We'll have to see how this goes. So I think this is definitely a kind of a balanced match of the, the not as, high skilled as the other people in the tournament. So it'll be interesting to see how this kind of turns out. So we kind of getting like you know, one person in the front, one person in the back supporting, but Atticus and Froxion's taking a huge amount of damage. They're both having to fall back here. Atticus does manage to go back far enough, but he isn't turning around and healing Froxion. He does manage to push away Effa, but Froxion does take a lot of damage, but he does manage to get those heals up in time. There we go. Now Atticus needs to heal himself up a little bit. There you go, tries to use the blaster, but unfortunately he's a little bit far away. You need to be closer for that to make it to its most effectiveness. Effa now does manage to get that heal set up going, so he does try and support his teammate. Big rock comes in for Don't Speak and takes a lot of damage, but heal's coming in, and he does manage to get off just enough to keep him alive, but Froxion's coming in, but now Froxion is really low, and he does manage to get the switch. I thought he might go down there because of that, and he does manage to block the heals, but he is very low. Effa tries to use the fire crossbow, that one is, but he just managed to block it, and they do manage to keep themselves back alive, so that was really close. Both Don't Speak and Froxion were like, you know, millimeters of health bar left. So close to them going down. Alright, so here we go. Everyone's kind of like back up to full. A little bit of a reset. We got Froxion in the front. He's pushing in. He's going in real hard. Atticus just firing those cold rocks. Unfortunately, Effa was warded there, but now Don't Speak taking a little bit of damage. Both beams coming in. Alright, Effa's just sat in the back. He does currently have a wet status. I'd love to see someone manage to get a frost rock in the back there and just, you know, do a lot of chill damage to him, but he is managing to keep himself going around this really well, so it's just stopping them from being able to shoot anything around the back, and he's doing a good job of healing up Don't Speak. Alright, so kind of like a bit of a stalemate, I think. Froxion's taking a lot of damage. He is only half warded. He's shooting a little bit of an interesting ward here. Might need to switch that up. Just push in. Heals coming in from Atticus a little bit there. F is taking a lot of damage. Don't Speak now in the back. He's going to start providing support. Oh, a little bit laggy of those kind of like desync knockdowns. Always really annoying to get the heals on those. Atticus getting a little bit caught up in his cast there, doing a heal quake by accident, I'm guessing. Alright, Froxion's taking a big chunk of damage. Big damage on Don't Speak. That barrier's in such an awkward place. Froxion's with a teleport. He almost managed to take him down. Nice AoE lightning. He's spamming it. He does manage to get that double kill with the lightning. Really well done by Froxion. I'm glad we're starting to get to see the magics being used now. Everyone's getting a lot. This is a nicely balanced match, so we are going to hopefully see more of the focus usage. All right, here we go. It's firing off from a distance. Oh, Atticus was there. I think they might be able to get, if they're I think they might be able to get a good shatter off, because I don't think people are quite as aware about their statuses in this game right now. So I have to see. Not very good grouping here by Don't Speak and Effa. They just stand on top of each other, and it's allowing these AoE rocks to do a lot of damage. Don't Speak's taking a lot of damage in the back there, but Effa is in the front, so he is going to have to not worry about it. Froxion's trying to push in. Nice AoE lightning, does a lot of damage, but he is taking a lot. Atticus needs to start healing his teammate, but he just stands in that storm and he does get taken down. And nice revive comes in from Atticus, but he needs to start providing support. He needs to either push those guys away or heal them up, and he does give them that healing support. Fortunately, Effa and Don't Speak should have used that time really to try and focus them down when Froxion's was low enough. Nice knocked down there by Froxion's. AoE lightning, but Don't Speak's in a good ward. Lightning comes in. Nice block there by Effa with the storm. Need to fall back. Atticus again, he's in this wet status. He needs to get rid of it, otherwise they really could capitalize on that. Don't Speak tries to push in, but nice knockdown by Froxion's. He's using nice wards. Effa's taking a lot of damage here. He's just rushing in with the wrong ward on here. Atticus does wet himself. Midsummer's Blessing comes in. Really nicely done. Healed back up to full. Midsummer's Blessing is such a good... I think in previous tournaments we do typically see that coming in quite often. We did, and it was used to such great effect. So it's nice to see that being used again. Again, people in the wet status. He tried to get rid of it, but Don't Speak is still wet. And he does get a little bit extra damage there. Chill comes in from Atticus, and Effa does manage to get that on. Nice mines underneath him there. Don't Speak is taking a good chunk of damage, but Effa is providing some support here. Tries to come in with those beams. It's not looking particularly great for the green team. They're trying to get a little bit overwhelmed here at the moment. Nice landing, good block there from Effa. It wasn't quite the right storm to use, but it did manage to block a little bit of the damage. Froxion's is just kind of getting forced around here. If the green team can get like this in between them, they could block off these heals. They need to block it off, but Don't Speak is running with the Steam Storm. He needs to run in and block that healing coming in. Now Don't Speak's in a bit of a bad position. He's taking a lot of damage. Effa's trying to put down those mines underneath, but he's just not detonating them. Conflag comes in, and it does manage to connect. And a revive. Ooh, that's quite a bit of a waste there. 3 bars of focus for that heal. Really could have used a Midsummer's Blessing there. Would have been a lot better. But now they have managed to separate the red team. And they manage. If Effa manages to turn around here, he could potentially take out Froxense. He is quite low at the moment. Atticus pushes in, but his fallback Froxense does get taken down. And it looks like Green Team are possibly going to be able to bring this back. Atticus does not have enough for a revive. He was potentially the person that used it. I can't remember which side it was, but you know, definitely a lot of focus has been used. I think he actually used the con flag. I think that's what it might have been. Now Blaster comes in, but Don't Speak was warded. A lot of damage coming to Atticus, and he does get taken down. Nicely done by the Green Team. Yeah, that separation, I think it was more to do with Froxense. I think he overextended and just got caught out. He overextended, allowed Green Team to just get in between them, and then there was just no heals that could go between them, and he did get taken down. So nicely done by them. Bit unfortunate for the red team, but it is currently 1-1. So this is the first time we've actually had one team. Both teams winning one of the rounds. So this is definitely a nice balanced match to have. All right, Effa taking big amount of damage. Teleport comes in Froxense. AoE Lightning. He needs to wear a better ward. But now he is going to do a lot of damage to Don't Speak. Effa does manage to... he does manage to heal up. But Froxense with another teleport, but he does get pushed out. And again, they've managed to separate them off. But Froxense is doing a really nice job to deal enough damage to stop them from being able to focus anyone down. They're on a bit of a back foot here. Atticus trying his best to do some damage. Midsummer's Blaster does come in. He's going to put them back up. Atticus is at a little bit low health, but Effa takes a huge amount of damage there. Does manage to kind of push back a little bit. Don't Speak is trying to heal up. I think at this point, Don't Speak should push them away rather than trying to heal, just because it's a little bit awkward to get the heal beam right, and that close kind of range. And now Green Team are quite low. Oh, Effa takes a lot of damage there. I think there was quite a bit of team damage there using that AoE Lightning. It looks like Don't Speak is going to go down here. Oh, nice revive. But he is so low. He uses the Midsummer's Blessing. It is going to help out Effa, but it's not enough to keep him alive. And now Effa would have to fight a little bit longer, but it looks like he is going to go down, and he does get taken out. Wow, there's like a lot of stuff that's going on there. And I'm sure... it was the point. It was Froxense. He teleported in, but when you teleport in, you probably want to be in a better ward than what he was in, and it just allowed him to get pushed. So I, want to make sure that you're kind of like in maybe some kind of rock ward, so you're not going to get knocked back as much, and you're not going to get knocked down when you go in, just to allow you to get, all that damage out. But, it is what it is. They did manage to win that round, so it did work out in the end. Alright, here we go. Atticus in the front. Froxense trying to get those heals. Yeah, it's a bit hard to get heals off sometimes when people are moving around, especially in that bit. So you've got to make sure that you learn to use more than just the heal beam. Healing shards are very good. You can spam that real quick, and they do a lot of healing if you can get them all off. Healing rock as well is really good. Good freeze there by Froxense. Don't Speak is taking a lot of damage. Heal beams as well also, they can be blocked and can be knocked down as well. So you've got to make sure you use the right one for the right situation. You've got to, judge the situation correctly. But now Froxense and Don't Speak fighting out here. Effa's doing a good job of keeping Atticus away, but I don't know how well Froxense and Don't Speak can do here. But Froxense takes in a huge amount of damage. Effa's super low, but Don't Speak does push through, and he does manage to take him out. Effa's super low, and Atticus almost manages to take him out, but Don't Speak does manage to start getting the heals off. Revive comes in. Froxense now back up. He is quite low. They need to start healing him up. But this is what I mean. It's so easy to heal block. So you should have switched to shards there at that point. Put down some mines underneath him as well. Just kind of getting back up. But now Atticus is taking a lot of damage. He is trying to heal up Froxense, but Effa's doing a good job of keeping Atticus busy, keeping him on such low health. Froxense on quite low health as well. Don't Speak pushing in. Effa unfortunately shocks himself. Blocked by that storm. Doing well. Atticus needs to come in. Okay, he is going to start pushing away. Nicely done. Gives Froxense some time. Gets a little bit of heals up, but Effa does manage to block that. And again, he's trying to block those heals. But Froxense is super low. Don't Speak's caught out a little bit, but he does manage to take down Atticus. Nice heals from Effa there as well. Froxense super low. He does manage to get the revive off. Does manage to push them away. Atticus needs to heal up. He needs to detonate, and he does manage to get those off. Now Froxense does manage to get on the same side as Atticus. And they've managed to kind of bring this back a little bit. But now Don't Speak in a bit of a bad position. Effa's trying to fire those rocks in. He does manage to get off a little bit of healing. Does manage to get himself back up. Froxense now nice AoE damage. Alright, they do manage to kind of pull back. Heals coming in from Effa. They have reset. Everyone's back up to full. Froxense, huge damage. I was going to say he's not warded for that wall that was in front of him. Nice minds by Don't Speak. Froxense does get pushed back. He is quite low on health. Don't Speak's pushing in. Almost manages to take him out. He does manage to push him back, but he does get taken out by Froxense. Atticus does not have quite enough focus yet. He's a tiny bit, he's half a bar. And it looks like he is ultimately going to go down to Don't Speak here. He needs to push him back. And he does get taken down. Oh, wow. So we are actually going to get a final round here. Do you actually have a cred removal mod? That would be really useful. It is very annoying having this stupid thing here. Alright, here we go. Final round. See how this one goes. Could go either way at this point. I don't... It's just been such an even matchup. But Froxense taking a huge amount of damage here. Atticus does manage to get the... I thought he was gonna... He was blocking himself with that dome. But nice rock comes in. Tries to get the freeze on Froxense, but he does manage to get the ward on. Pushes in. Oh, Froxense, huge misplay. Just runs straight out of those mines, but Effa goes down at the same time. But Don't Speak does have enough for the revive, and Atticus does have a revive as well, so they're both back up. Oh, that was not the best play by Froxense there. He just ran straight out of those mines without any ward on. Or at least not the ward for the arcane mines. Alright, nice wall there by Effa, but he does get taken a huge damage coming in. Don't Speak does not have enough. Unfortunately, Don't Speak was the one that needed to use the revive earlier, so he's going to have to try and stay alive as long as he can, or take them out. And he's doing some good damage, does manage to get the knockdown. But Froxense is making sure to ward those arcane, so he's not going to take a lot of damage. Well, he's not going to take any damage from those mines. We're going to try and get the surround. They need to get the surround here, because this is just going to allow Don't Speak to get a lot of time back. But Froxense with the teleport, unfortunately, he was warded, so he doesn't manage to get off a good knockdown on Don't Speak, and he's doing his best to stay alive. Does actually get pushed out of that storm. They tried to, it almost could have worked out really good, but Atticus is taking a bit of damage from Froxense. They're accidentally hitting him with that lightning, but it looks like Don't Speak is going to go down, and Froxense and Atticus managed to take the victory. That was a really good match. That was really balanced as well. I mean, you can see everyone was doing something. I mean, granted, you can't, like, say, if only we had Neon's score mod right now, to see how much damage each person did. But really well done there by both teams. That was such a good match. Oh, my throat is already starting to kill now. Is why I need DDH here. Why is he not here? I need him to pick up the... half of the match so I can rest my voice. Not only vets playing this game, I guess. It's not only vets point. Like, we definitely have new people. Like, the people in that match were generally kind of newer people. I'm trying to remember who was it. Froxense is a vet. I remember him from the past. The other three, I'm not sure how much they played back in the day. They're generally newer people. But, alright, Ponty, sorry. But yeah, yeah, like, once we get, it would be good, like, once we see the Neon, Rick James, Mr. Flamadak, Tim Tam match. That'll be a good one to watch. That's, like, a much higher skill level. But I think... I think because Flamadak is such a high level player, I think Tiv Tam is he got a teammate that's not as high level, because it would just be so unfair. Like, say if he teamed up with, like, say Brod, for example. So I think he wants to kind of keep he doesn't want to win every tournament, because I'm pretty certain at this point Mr. Flamadak has won every single tournament. All right. Sorry, I'll join this and we'll see who we are going to get next. Just refresh this. So, well, by the looks of this, we have to have the Mr. Flamadak and Tiv Tam against Rick James. Wait, do we not? No, we do. Surely we do. Wait, is this not updated? Sorry, I was just trying to... I'm trying to look at this bracket. Is this not... Oh wait, no, sorry, I'm being... Oh wait, it just hadn't updated. Yeah, so we got this Doug... We got Doug and Swag against Froxense and Atticus. Played this game. I think it was pretty good. Okay, so you're doing it based on the... Okay, the order of the numbers, okay. Yeah, you played it back in 2014, 2015. I think after the service was closed. Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it, so definitely you are right. The skill level has definitely gotten a lot higher, I feel, since it closed down. Like, I feel that the people that were at the top, like they say, I was considered, one of the top players because I was in Lemons. I was in Lemons, and even then, I think I was not that good. When I look back, I'm like, how is this like the top level of gameplay at that point? Like, I feel like I was like, it was hardly anything. And then looking at like now, like even like I play a lot better now than I do back then. But it's still not as good as some of the people like Dragon Lord. Sorry, Mr. Flamadek. So we have started, but it seems Swag is AFK at the moment. So I think we're going to get a bit of a... they'll do the old reset. Yeah, sorry, we just gonna have to wait for them to get things back underway. Oh, hey Jix, how's it going? Cookie Blues. Yeah, the game died before it even started. Alright, so everyone's gonna go over to their sides. We put down the heal wall. So once that one drops. Alright, here we go. So on the left side we got Swag and Doug, and on the right side we got Froxense and Atticus. So this will be an interesting... Actually, I don't quite know how this will turn out. I'm gonna say Swag is a very strong player and he's such good aggression, so it's a matter of how well Doug supports him. But I think he's gonna be able to handle Froxense and Atticus well enough. So Swag does manage to take out Froxense there, and now he's just gonna start focusing down Atticus, and they do manage to take him out. So I think this is definitely gonna go in Doug and Swag's favor. Just because Swag is his hyper aggression is just... I think it's going to be too much for Frock and Atticus. Nice rocks there from Atticus and Froxense, doing a lot of damage, but Swag does manage to get heal up. Doug now coming in with the support in the back. And again, Swag's going to be pushing in. They are in this little choke point area, and Swag just pushes straight past Froxense, and now he's going to start dealing with Atticus in the back. I think he's kind of identified Atticus as being the weaker of the two, and providing the support. But Swag now taking a lot of damage, and Atticus, he's trying to take him down, but Swag's just healing up through everything. Kind of gets caught in that storm, but Swag now, both of them very low. Doug's very low as well. Everyone's actually very low. I didn't even notice that. But they do manage to push everyone back, and they have a little bit of a reset. But Swag's back up to full first, and he's going to start pushing in. Starts trying to get some chill on him, but Froxense, he was a little bit fortunate there, because Doug actually started using a fire beam on him, so he did manage to get rid of that chill. But now Doug's taking a lot of damage. Froxense with the pitchfork almost managed to take him out. So that pitchfork does go over walls, but Swag did manage to take out Atticus in that time. Now Doug's almost going down, but Swag does provide a little bit of healing. He's going to have to try and force Froxense away, and he does manage to get in between them, so Doug's going to stay alive. Almost gets him out in that storm. Now Froxense in a little bit of a bad situation. Let's have a look. He does not have enough for a revive at the moment. It seems he has been using magic, and he does get taken out by Swag and Doug. Alright, so potentially final round. Swag and Doug, 2-0. Alright, so we just got these projectiles firing off the at the start, sorry. Big hits on Froxense there, and Swag straight away just pushes straight in. He does get caught on that storm a little bit, but Doug with the heals doing a really nice job, and Swag just switching up, doing a lot, like, such good damage for both teams, and Froxense does go down before he can get that magic off. Revive comes in from Atticus. He does manage to get him back up. But they are completely out of position, and Froxance is going to take a lot of damage. I think he's kind of given up at this point. He wasn't really doing anything, and now Atticus going to try his best to survive, but it looks like he is going to go down. So that is a victory for Swag and Doug Redman. All right, that was a bit of a quick one, but yeah, like I said, Swag is just such an aggressive player. Like, he just rushes straight. I think because there's just the skill gap between the players there, that he could do that. Like, if he tried to do that on like, say, Neon and Rick James, it wouldn't work out as well. Sorry, we'll wait for that to go back up. Sorry, I see I'll check what you said in a second, Pony. I'm just trying to get into the match so we're ready for the next one. Alright, so let me switch to the bracket real quick, and I'll update it. Alright, so it should be updated. So now we're going to go to match number 6. So this is going to be Neon and Rick James against Mr. Flambeck and Tiv Tam. So this should be an interesting match. This is the two favoured to win teams going up against each other already, so we'll have to see how that one turns out. Alright, the way the players played there in the casting were pretty fast, but I know they were faster players, just less number of players now, and when someone new coming in, he's playing against better players at the start, and because of that, new players get betting faster than it would in the official servers. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, like I said, because Mr. Flamedak, he really tried, like, he really focused to get as good as possible in the revived game, that it did force everyone else to kind of push up to that level as well, to kind of keep on kind of par with him. Like, I mean, he's still miles ahead in my opinion, but he's still, like, it did force everyone else up, and having this kind of close-knit community as well. But like you said, because there was a lot more players back then, you didn't have that drive, as much of a drive, at that level, having those better people to bring you up to it. Alright, so I'm in here ready, and we'll see how this one turns out. Oh wait, am I showing the bracket? I bet I'm showing the bracket, yeah I am. Alright, here we go. So Rick James in his null stats, Neon's actually switched up what he's using, so he's actually using plus 35 rock and plus 10 life with plus 30 water. And he's got the water crossbow. So that's a very interesting setup to use. And then on the right side, we've got Flamedak and null stats, and we've got Tiv Tam in that plus 30 cold that he was using earlier with plus 100 life. So we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, Neon, why are you using this? Can you give us the explanation of why you've chosen this setup? But I'm ready when you guys are. So this is a best of one for this. This is one of the first semi-finals, I think. But this may not be the last time we see these guys. Obviously, we have got double elimination, so they will come up back through that if they do manage to win up. So, yep, you guys are seeing this. Alright, so here we go. We have got the non-teleporter map, which is good. It means they're not going to have this cheese strats of just running away. Flamedak taking a lot of damage there right at the start. And they do manage to get healed back up. Rick James taking a good chunk of damage as well. Flamedak is in the front, and Tiv Tam with the support. But Tiv Tam takes a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to provide the support, he's trying to keep himself alive. Huge damage coming in on both of them. Flamedak and Tiv Tam having to fall back into this kind of choke position. Water crossbow comes in from Neon. It's just going to be such a nuisance with that firing in. It looks like he's going to try and use the push. I thought he was going to try and use the lemon ball in on the fight. So I have to see how this goes. So yeah, we got Flamedak in the front. Tiv Tam with the support. Rick James is pushing in, but I think we're going to be in a little bit of a stalemate. Neon's just kind of firing in from the side. So we've got this main 1v1 here, but that huge beam coming in from Tiv Tam did a lot of damage, but Neon coming in with those heals does manage to get Rick James back up to full. But freeze comes in for Flamedak. Rick James takes huge damage, and he does manage to take him down. That freeze was huge, and Neon's now going to have to push back, but huge beam coming in there from pinpoint, from close quarters. Nice gunshot from Flamedak there. Neon's getting chilled. this is a bit of a problem for Neon. So, so because Neon's using plus water, he's going to get frozen a lot easier, but he's chosen plus earth as well, so he's not going to get shattered by anything. So it's a good combination, but it didn't really work out because he's kind of just stuck there in the end. But that freeze on Rick James was just such a turning point there. Really nicely done by Mr. Flamadak there. All right, here we go. So Neon is gonna, I think, I don't know why he's doing it that way. Neon, I thought you were good at using lemon balls. All right, here we go. So again, we've got this back down into this kind of like choke point area. You've got Rick James in the front, taking a big chunk of damage there from Flamadak using that lightning on his wet status. But now Tiv-Tam is a little bit, he was wet, but he is managing to stay enough behind Flamadak. The Flamadak is going to provide the support. Rick James almost gets frozen there, but he just managed to get the ward on in time. And now Flamadak is pushing out a little bit, but he's got to be careful he doesn't overextend. But Tiv-Tam is on such low health, and Neon's going to pull back, is going to try and get him, but Flamadak straight away gets on that and stops him from being able to focus his teammate. And so Flamadak's doing a really good job of providing that spot. Teleport comes in. Rick James is very low on health, but he was in the correct ward there, and he does manage to wall push Flamadak away. But Flamadak, again, just forcing his way in, and Rick James taking a big damage from that beam from Tiv-Tam. But they are managing to hang on here, and he has got the ward on, so he is going to get that passive heals now. So really nicely done by Tiv-Tam there. And Flamadak is just doing such a good job of providing damage on them, but he's taking a lot of damage. Nice block from Rick James, but he's just barely hanging in there. And now Neon providing that, just causing that damage to Tiv-Tam, which is stopping him from being able to provide support to Flamadak. And they're now both very low. Rick James taking a lot of damage from that wall, though. He almost potentially could have thrown it there. Nice Neon with the AoE, and Tiv-Tam super low, and he does go down to the fire, and now Flamadak is going to have to kind of hang on. He does not quite have enough for the revive because he did use that teleport earlier on in the match. So he's going to have to try and hang on as long as possible, and he unfortunately messes up the timing of his weapon special. He takes a big chunk of damage, but he is managing to hold up. But he's right next to that flame wall, the huge damage. He did not manage to get the ward on in time. Do you get the surround done? And he is trying to run away, but Rick James is caught on his tail. He does manage to get that ward on, so he is going to get pushed by the walls. Huge damage coming in from Neon with those rocks, and he does manage to take down Flamadak. Alright, so we do have one apiece. So like I said, this was definitely going to be the teams to see, and this you know, each team here has definitely got the potential of winning. Nice water crossbow shot from across the map there on Mr. Flamadak. He is currently wet at the moment, but Rick James does get rid of that. Huge damage coming in from Rick James, but Flamadak is taking a lot of damage as well. Neon with the heals in the back. Tiv-Tam as well. So now back into this kind of like 1v1 with the supports in the back. Gonna have to see how well they manage to do with this. Tiv-Tam's trying to like get in around the side and provide some of the things, but he's getting a little bit confused there. He's water pushing in the wrong direction. He is taking a lot of chip damage from Rick James there. He's doing a really nice job. This is really well done, because if you can do this, if Tiv-Tam gets low enough, he's not going to be able to stop providing support to Flamadak, and it is going to allow them to push in. Teleport comes from Rick James, and he does manage to get that AoE off, and Flamadak does have enough for the revive, and he does manage to get it off. He tries to water push Rick James, but he did have that ward on. Water push comes in, and the water crossbow, and Flamadak does go down. Tiv-Tam does have enough for a revive, but he's just so out of position, and Rick James needs to keep him away. He does water push in, and he does manage to get close enough to get the revive off. Nicely done by Tiv-Tam there, but now Tiv-Tam needs to watch out for Neon. Steam Rock comes in, but it's not doing enough damage. Neon should have been using a different projectile, I think. But now they're on the bit of the back foot here. They're going to try and stay alive. Tiv-Tam with the heals, trying to keep his teammate alive. Flamadak obviously is the one to keep alive here. So he's trying his best, but Rick James doing a good job of getting in between them. Teleport comes in from Flamadak. He does manage to get out. Heals coming in from them, and he do manage to get up just a little bit of help. But Rick James is just keeping on that pressure, and he's just not allowing them to be able to get any kind of footing here. Nice wall crossbow shot coming in from Neon again, but Flamadak does a good job of pushing them away. They do manage to get on this backside, so they are together now. Tiv-Tam with the heals, but he does get knocked down, unfortunately. He's trying his best, and he does a good job of getting some good heals in there. And Rick James, unfortunately, does not manage to get in, and Flamadak pushes them away. Doing a really good job of holding on here, but they are in this open position. Neon does get the freeze on Flamadak, and he does get taken down, and Tiv-Tam is quick to follow. Alright, potentially final round, 2-1 to green team, Neon and Rick James. Yeah, Flamadak, I don't really know what they can do here. There isn't any exact strategy I think they can do. Like, you just got to try their best and hopefully maybe catch out one of them. But Flamadak taking huge damage here. Neon is trying his best to get that heal block on, but unfortunately he just couldn't get the angle off. And Flamadak does manage to get healed back up to full there. Alright, Rick James getting quite a bit of damage on him there, but Neon is going to be there. He's going to start providing the heals in his back, and Tivtam is trying his best to heal at Flamadak, but wasn't really quite working out. But Tivtam is very low on health. He has got that wet status on. They very easily could do something about this. Rick James does use a fire lightning though, and it looks like Tivtam possibly going to go down. He does teleport out. Is keeping himself alive. Rick James potentially going to go for a magic there, but he did get pushed back. Tivtam's super low, and he does get taken down. Now Flamadak is on his own. He does not have any focus. He's barely got enough to have one bar of focus, so he's going to have a tough time staying alive here. Oh, Geyser comes in, but Neon almost gets frozen in that storm. It's just at the right time. Does manage to get the water push off. Another Geyser comes in, but he does manage to dodge out the way. Oh, nice rock comes in from Flamadak. But the heal's coming in from Neon on Rick James, and Flamadak is going to have to run across the map, trying to get as much health back from that ward as he can. But Rick James is in that EDD. He almost gets the freeze, but he does manage to get the ward on. So Flamadak's doing a really good job of staying alive here. He's halfway there to getting enough focus, but Neon is going to start coming around the back now. If Rick James can keep on that pressure, he does get frozen. Is he going to get oh, he almost gets the shatter, but not quite enough, and now Neon is going to be here to get that, provide that heal and support in his back. So really close there. Mr. Flamadak almost managed to get that freeze and shatter and would have turned the tide of this match. But he's doing such a good job of staying alive here. Neon with the water pushes, keeping Rick James close enough to provide that pressure. Just not allowing Flamadak to get any kind of time here to get enough health, but he does manage to push him back, but there's just so much. And the thing is, as well, as Neon has that plus water, which means that his water push is bigger than Flamadak, so he can keep Rick James just so much closer to that fight. But yeah, he's got to be careful of that as well, because he doesn't want to make sure that he adds that wet status to Rick James so he can get that freeze on him. But Rick James taking huge damage, but Neon does manage to get in here, and Flamadak is doing such a good job. Fire Tornado, not the best choice of thing, but it does a decent chunk of damage, but it's gone in the wrong direction. Now Neon's going to have to deal with that. Rick James taking, oh, huge damage. Unfortunately, Flamadak takes huge damage from his own wall there, and he's going to have to push back. Geyser comes in, does manage to catch it. Fire Tornado as well, and he does get taken down. Oh, really well done there by Rick James and Neon. Bit trolly at the end there with the magics, but really well done to Flamadak for staying alive as long as he did. Kind of shows like how strong of a player he is, that he can survive so well against two high level players. All right, let me try and get into the next match, into the next lobby, and we'll see the next match. I'll try and have a look at the chat and see what you guys are talking about while we wait for the next one. So I think we'll be going back into the loser bracket next. Alright, that's just a little bit more, so let me just confirm that. Yep, so we're going to be doing Mr. Flamadak and Tivtam against Doug and Swag. It's going to be the next match. Alright, let's jump in here. Let's scroll up a little bit and see what you guys are saying. Yeah, Max. Saying about the new players fighting against good players. It definitely depends on the person. Like when I joined, I saw like the high level players like the Lemons and Veffy. Like Solar Flare was like, quite popular back then, because I think he did I can't remember who it was, but someone did a YouTube video and they saw Solar Flare in it, and they were like, oh my god, he's like such a good player. And like I was like, I want to be as good as those players, so that's why I tried to aim for, and then so I got better and better, and then I joined like one of their teams. And so I got there, but a lot of people don't quite have that motivation. Like they fight against these good players, and then they're like, you know what? I don't want to continue. But I was like, yeah, I want to keep fighting these good players. I want to get better at it. Yeah, there were custom servers. I did, like, if you look at my YouTube channel, I did a lot of custom matches. I did a lot of, like, custom match streams where you'd get everyone in. Like, we got, like, a lot of the high-level players. So there's, like, a lot of those. So if you want to see some, like, well, actually, the level of play won't be as good as now, but there's still, you know, good matches in there. Alright, I got through it. Got through it all. Yeah, good old nostalgia. Yeah, I had like a couple nostalgia series, because I had like a lot of footage that I like saved up, so I like had like the good old days, and then I had the good old days, I think was what the playlist was called, where I like posted like all those ones, and then like the good new days. But yeah, it's such a shame that the game did die when it did. I feel like it would do better if it were released now, is the way that I feel, than it was back then. Because I think it came out, though, like the time that it came out was obviously around the time when MOBAs were such a big thing, like League of Legends and Dota. And it just, like, as soon as it came out, everyone was just like, oh, it's just another League of Legends clone, you know, it's just another MOBA stuff. But it was, you know, it's so different. Like, you know, it's such much more skill based, because it's, you know, everyone's the same, and you've all got, you know, it's a matter of who's better. But it is what it is. It's just unfortunate that that's what happened to it when it came out. Yeah, I'd definitely say Flamadak is the favour. Flamadak and Tivtam are the favourites in this one. Just because, like I say, Swag is a good player, but I think Tivtam and Doug are probably around the same level. But Flamadak and Swag, Flamadak's definitely better than Swag. Granted, you know, Swag can potentially take matches, like rounds off Flamadak, but I think it just consistently would be Flamadak. Alright, let me switch this over, because I'm pretty sure I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. Oh, don't want that open. Alright, here we go. We're getting a lot of matches on the forest map. I mean, I'm glad that we do, because it means that we don't have to deal with the teleport cheese strats. So it's good to see. I wish we had more maps, though. It's so unfortunate that we only have like such a small rotation of maps for these. Alright, here we go. So we got Swag and Flamadak just fighting out in the middle. Doug and Tivtam are kind of in the back providing the supports, but big chill on Swag there. It's potentially going to cause a lot of problems. Big rock hit on Doug there. He's trying to pull around the back and take out Tivtam as fast as he can. But Doug's taking a huge amount of damage, and now Tivtam is going to provide support to Flamadak, and Swag's taking a lot of damage. He is going to go down. I mean, Doug did a good, like, the idea was there. He had, like, you know, he had a good strategy. He wanted to take out Tivtam as fast as he could. But then he just ran way too far back. And obviously he took, you know, a good chunk of damage from Flamadak from that stray rock as well. But the execution just wasn't quite there. So he does get taken down, unfortunately. So you got to be careful about these kind of things. It's like, yes, you can swing around the back and attack their support, but then you've now completely separated yourself from your teammate, and it just allows them to just, you know, to take him down. But Flamadak, Swag was already pretty low anyway from just that starting fight from Flamadak, so... Alright, here we go. Swag taking a lot of damage. Flamadak a little bit low as well. Swag pushing in strong. Tivtam trying to get those heal blocks on, but the angle's not quite there. But Doug is switching up his healing methods. But Flamadak taking huge damage. Does get the ward on, so he doesn't get hit by that wall. And now they're kind of all over the place. Doug with the haste. Not really sure if that was like really necessary, but he does manage to get back onto this side with his teammate. And Flamadak is pushing in, tries to block him up, but Flamadak does pull back. He knows not to get in between them and separate him from his teammate, because his teammate is a little bit low. So I'm taking a huge amount of chill. Doug needs to start healing him. He does manage to get the fire healing on, so he does manage to get rid of that chill. But now Flamadak turns around, and Swag's in quite a bit of a bad position. A huge amount of damage coming in. Flamadak actually turns to start hitting Doug instead, but he does manage to get off enough healing, so they are kind of back up. And Tivtam is below. Swag with the teleport in, tries to get off the AoE, but he unfortunately doesn't manage to take out Tivtam, and Tivtam does teleport out. Now Doug is providing some nice heals, but Tivtam is going to potentially run around the back, but Flammedak taking a huge amount of damage there. Swag doing a good job, but now Tivtam has fallen back, and he does manage to get the support in on him. And we are going to get a little bit of a reset situation. They are a bit low. Swag with a nice water push into the teleport. Tries to get that AoE damage off, but not quite enough. And Swag's taking a huge amount of chill there. Flammedak does get taken down. I didn't even see how that happened. I think Doug might have hit him with a rock potentially, and Swag just managed to turn around. So they are going to potentially get around here. Tivtam does not have enough for the revive, and he is going to go down. Really nicely done by Swag and Doug there. I think the positioning just was just all over the place, and it just, for that moment, it allowed them to get that hit on Flammedak. I think he was just kind of stuck between, should I support Tivtam or should I deal with these people? Really nicely done there. So we'll see how this one turns out. So again, Swag and Flammedak fighting in the middle. We've got the supports in the back. A lot of chill coming in. Nice fire heal there, getting rid of that status. Swag taking a little bit of damage here. Doug taking a lot. Flammedak tries to push around and get in between them. Swag taking a huge amount of damage here. Doug's trying to get off those heals, but Flammedak does manage to block that, and he runs in. Teleports out from Doug. Swag gets frozen. Rock comes in, and he does get taken down by the earthly crossbow from Tivtam. And it looks like Doug is going to go down here. Man, Swag is just not having a good time with the chills in this match. It's just getting constantly frozen, and it's just such out of place there. Like, granted, Doug had to get out of there, but it just meant that Swag was just left out in the open. Alright, huge damage coming in. Stupid cranes in the way. I'll tell you what, actually. Oh, wait, I don't know what the controls are. I could have rotated, but Flammedak's taking a huge amount of damage. He does manage to teleport out. No one manages to follow up. Doug taking huge damage from that beam in the back, and he does get taken down, but Tivtam goes down as well. So now it's Swag and Flammedak fighting out here. Flammedak does have enough for the revive. Let's see how he wants to play this. So he could get the revive and make this a 1v2. And it'd be a lot easier for him. Or he could just try and honor this 1v1 fight and see who manages to take this. I think he's going to go for that. I think he's going to go for the honorary fight here. But Swag's doing a really good job here. So I say they're both very good, both very good players. Swag's definitely more aggressive, and that's why he can get caught out a little bit. Like, his aggression can be a little bit too much, and Flammedak can just do such a good job. And again, the chill's coming in, and Swag's a little bit out of position. He manages to dodge that knockdown, and Flammedak does manage to take him down. Really nicely done there by Flammedak and Tivtam. I said, Swag's, he is such a good player, but his aggression can be his downfall. And against like a strong player like with Flammedak, who knows how to handle situations when he's at low health and deal out that damage at the same time, it's a hard matchup for Swag, I feel. Alright, let me switch this back over to the bracket. So it looks like, oh, I'll have to move it across a little bit. There we go. So you guys can see. So this is the finals now that we've made it to. So this is going to be a best of 3, I believe. And so we've got Rick James and Neon against Flammedak and Tivtam. So we did see that they did fight already, and it was a 3-1, so it wasn't completely one-sided. So I have to see how this turns out, and they do have obviously more matches to fight. So I have to see how they go with this one. Let me just jump into that. Oh, we do finally get the warfare, the US warfare, so we could do King of the Hill now. But it's a little bit too late. Alright. Alright, let's have a look and see what's going on. Well, actually, I need to switch this over so you guys can see, because I'm pretty sure I'm looking at the bracket. So on the left side, we got Neon. Sorry, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. We've got Neon, and he is using that plus Earth, plus 35 Earth. We got plus 10 healing, plus 30 cold. Sorry, plus 30 water. Not that's what it's called. That water crossbow. We got Rick James in those stats. We got Tiv Tam in the plus 30 cold, with 100 health. And Flamadak in the null stats. Alright. Ready when you guys are. Alright, here we go. So this is match number 1. Or game number 1, round number 1, I don't know what you'd call it. Of a best of 3 grand finals. So let's see how this goes out. See if Flamadak can manage to Flamadak and Tiv Tam can manage to win this time. So Neon with the water push straight away, forcing Rick James into the fight. Nice little dodge there, but Rick James taking a lot of chill there. Flamadak does manage to get in between them, but huge damage from that AoE from Rick James, and Flamadak is such a bad position, and he does get taken down by the joint storm and hatchet for Rick James. So not looking good for the red team right now. Tiv Tam trying his best to stay alive. Water crossbow comes in, does manage to get taken out. So Tiv Tam is in that plus 30 cold, which means that Neon's water crossbow is going to be doing so much more damage to him. So they are in quite a bit of a disadvantage, I feel, with that bit. First time we've seen anyone go wrong the top, but that water crossbow coming in does get the wet status on Flamadak. Huge chill coming in, doesn't manage to get that second water crossbow shot off, but Rick James did a little bit of damage, but Flamadak is quite low, has to go through that storm, and he does manage to get that heals from Tiv Tam. Oh, freeze comes in from Flamadak on Rick James, but he was not in the position to be able to capitalize on it, but teleport comes in from Flamadak. He's trying to force that gap between Rick James and Neon. Rick James does teleport out, but he does get taken down. And so now Flamadak is going to start attacking Neon. Neon does have that plus water, so he is going to get chilled a lot more, and he is ultimately going to go down from the joint server of Flamadak and Tiv Tam. So they did manage to quickly bring it back, but there was a lot of teleport usage, but I think it was just that little bit in the middle. From the positioning, Flamadak did manage to get in between, got the freeze on Rick James, just like so much damage, just couldn't buy the time, and obviously Flamadak didn't allow him to get that time by teleporting in, but huge damage on both of them. Rick James almost dead. Flamadak does go down, but he doesn't manage to get the kill, and I think this is going to go in the green team's favor. If he does manage to get the heals off, and Neon is going to come in here, and Tiv Tam does going to go down to that hatchet special from Rick James. Alright, another quick round. I'll have to see if Flamadak and Tiv Tam can manage to bring this back. So again, Rick James getting a huge amount of chill on him. He's in those stats as well. But Flamadak taking a huge amount of damage. Unfortunately, just barely out of the way of that that Arcane Lightning. Doesn't manage to take him down. But now Rick James is chilled. He does get frozen. Earthly Crossbow comes in, but is not in enough time. Rick James has managed to get out of that. Flamadak is doing such a good job with the freezes in this, and he almost manages to get it again, but Rick James just barely gets out of the way. Tiv Tam very low at the moment. Flamadak is having to turn around and provide support to his teammate. He's going to attack Neon. He is getting in the trade between Neon and Rick James, but Neon is barely staying alive. Midsummer's Blessing comes in. He's going to keep himself alive. Damn is going to have to start healing, but Neon's going to come in. He's going to hit him with the cold rock. No, he's just going to go straight for the rock. Misses the water crossbow, and Flamadak is going to manage to stay alive. Tiv Tam with the heal blocks. Is it going to be enough? Rick James is barely staying alive. He's taking a lot of damage. That rock comes in, does a little bit of damage to Rick James. He's super low, but Tiv Tam is super low as well. Mid-Blossom comes in, and unfortunately Tiv Tam does go down. Water crossbow from Neon unfortunately messes up the timing of the shot. And now Flamadak does not have enough for the revive right now. So he's going to have to, I think he's going to have to, they're going to force him to use his teleport if he wants any chance of staying alive in this match. But is he going to go down? I think he's going to have to use it. And he does get taken out, unfortunately. So that is match number 1 to Rick James and Neon. So these are super match. I think it's, I don't think it's like I don't even know how to describe it. Of just like how the balance is like of this. Because like it can go either way. I think that's just the strength of Flamadak, that if he just gets off like a really strong push and play, that he can take one of them down. and then they can go from there. But I think consistently it would be Neon and Rick James with the strength, but Flamadak just has that ability to really just output so much damage all of a sudden. So we'll have to see how it goes. Currently 1-0. Neon is thrown. What are we talking about? They're winning. Alright, so it looks like they're in the same stats as they were before. Everyone's exactly the same. I'm ready to go when these guys are. This is potentially the final match of the tournament. We'll have to see how this turns out. Fortunately, it hasn't gone on that long. It's only been like an hour and 40 minutes, which is really good. Oh, we get the teleport map, so this is potentially going to be very annoying. So we'll have to see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Nice fire rock right at the start. Doing some good damage. Rick James almost gets frozen again. Neon with the nice heals. Tiv-Tam trying to shoot him in the back. He does get the potential freeze coming in from Neon, but no. He does have the plus water, so his attempts at freezing are not going to be very good. Especially with Tiv-Tam in the plus cold as well, so yeah, it doesn't really work out. Alright, Tiv-Tam trying to come with his heals. Rick James is doing a good job of applying pressure on Flamadak, but Tiv-Tam is going to manage to start healing him back up. Neon doing a great job of keeping Rick James alive. Almost gets the freeze, but unfortunately he does manage to get rid of the chill, and he is in the correct ward here, so he doesn't have to quite worry about it. But he has switched out of it, but he does switch back, so now he isn't going to get chilled. So you've really got to watch out for that. I think that's definitely been the downside of a downfall of Green Team is Flamadak getting those freezes on them. But Rick James taking a lot of damage here, but Neon does get those healing shards in, so he is going to start providing some support. So I think that's another thing to note is that because he has got a little bit of plus healing and negative cold, so he's not going to be doing as much damage with the shards and more healing with it. But Flamadak did go down during all of that. He just got caught up right in the middle of everything, so they are going to potentially take this round here. I don't think Tiv-Tam's going to be able to survive this. And Green Team do take the first round here. Sorry, for some reason I thought that it was the Green Team were the ones that were currently down at the moment, but they're currently in the lead. So again, straight away, Flamadak pushing straight in. Heals coming in from Tiv-Tam. Rick James potentially going to get taken out by the freezer, but he did. I don't even know. I think the lightning got rid of the wet stats, so he didn't have to worry about that. And Rick James taking a huge amount of damage, but Neon's doing such a good job of providing the support here. And again, Flamadak taking a good chunk of damage, does block the builds off. Conflag comes in with those mines, huge damage on Flamadak, does get taken down. That is such a nasty combo. There's nothing for you to ward in that situation where you're not just going to take a load of damage. So that was really, really well done by Rick James there. And this is potentially the final round that we're going to have here. Neon and Rick James 2 up. Currently 1 up in the entire best of 3 set. 2 up in this match. See how this turns out. Can Flamadak and Tiv-Tam get a comeback? Alright, Flamadak again in the front. Getting the heals, but he stood inside of that Steam Storm, taking a huge amount of damage, but Tiv-Tam does manage to get that heal beam up long enough that he does manage to get him back up to full. And Flamadak is currently wet, but he does get that status removed by Rick James. He's standing inside of that Steam Storm, he's taking huge damage, and Tiv-Tam having to heal him back up again. Neon again, standing in the back, doing such a good job supporting right now, but huge rock comes in on I think that was really good by Neon, because he was using healing rocks, and then he just switched up to an actual rock. And I don't think Flamadak quite realised. But huge damage. They're getting caught up in the middle. This could kind of go anywhere at the moment. Flamadak does manage to fall back onto his side, so he is going to be able to get that support from Tiv-Tam. Flamadak again trying to get in between Rick James and Neon, but he's just taking so much damage when he tries to do this. Water push from Rick James manages to keep Flamadak away, but he does manage to swing around and get back on his team's side. Oh, again, Flamadak taking a lot of damage. Water crossbow comes in. Huge damage from that. Tiv-Tam with the heals. Flabberdack's getting pushed like a little bit, but TDM's taking a lot of damage as well. Flabberdack's in a little bit out of position. He doesn't know if he can get healed between this. He does manage to get off a little bit. Rick James is a little bit low, but Neon again with the heals does manage to get him back up to full. Teleport from Rick James. It's going to try and get on TDM, but water push comes in. He does manage to keep him away long enough. TDM's going to start getting have a second hit, but Rock. Oh, Rick, I can't even speak. Neon with the water crossbow does take out TDM. Again, because he's got that plus code, it does so much extra damage. They're able to get that off, and Rick James is just hunting down TDM. And Flabberdack has to teleport out. TDM again with the teleport. They do manage to get through on the teleporter. Sorry, I'm going to use the shift button. Rick James does fall through, and they're on such low health, and they're just trying their best to stay alive here. They do manage to get on the teleporter. Oh, TDM does manage to go through. Neon's going to go through, and it's potentially going to take out TDM. Flabberdack's going to have to try and buy some time here, but I can't really switch between the two. Rick James is taking a lot of damage. Flabberdack potentially going to take him down. Water push comes in. He does manage to just barely stay alive. Is he going to potentially get him out? Oh, he just shock himself. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, it's not letting me switch it over. I'll have to go this way. Yeah, Flabberdack, he tried to get rid of the wet status, but because of the geometry of the map at the side there, it didn't hit him with the explosion. So unfortunately, he didn't manage to get that off. That was so unfortunate for him. And so now he's going to have to use the teleport strats. Here you go, guys. This is why we don't want to see this on this map, because you could just... Or why we don't want to see this map, because you can just keep using this, and it becomes really annoying for the enemy team. So they're going to have to make a choice of whether they try and just do as much as possible to keep them away. Oh, Rick James, nice ward there, but he's taking a lot of damage. Flabberdack with the firewall, he's potentially going to take him down. Unfortunately, he does shock himself. And again, and so you can see Neon is like trying to stay up here, so he's ready to get him when he comes through the other side of the teleporter. But now that he's here, Flabberdack can go through. They potentially have left mines over on that side, so I'm going to have to see who is going to go through. Oh, but he summons death. I don't think he's going to be able to survive it. And he does get taken down by the death magic, and that is a win for Neon and Rick James. So that means they take the tournament victory. So congratulations to Neon and Rick James. Commiserations to you, Flabberdack and TDM. You got close, but it was not close enough. So let's switch over to the brackets. You guys can see exactly what happened. That'll get updated in a second. I don't know if I can... Wait. Sorry, I'm trying to get it so it shows the whole thing, but I don't think my thing is set up to be able to show the whole thing, unfortunately. Don't worry, we'll get it. We'll get it somehow. Oh god. Oh wait, I can just do this. Zooming is a thing. Alright, there we go. So there's that. And let's switch over to this. Switch over to this. Switch over to this so I can see everything that's going on. Alright. There we go. My throat is killing me. I'm not used to doing this anymore. Alright, so I can't even see. I need to bring it back up so I can see what's going on. Alright. So here we go. There's the end of the tournament. So Rick James and Neon do manage to take the victory in the end. Flabberdack and TDM doing a good job. But actually, now that I think about it, I think this is the first tournament that Mr. Flabberdack is actually lost. I think he's finally not come first in a tournament. So that is a bit of an upset. Yeah, dethroning Flabberdack. So I'm pretty sure he's won every tournament up to this point. So it's nice that we finally got him dethroned and we get a new victors on the top. But I'm sure in the next tournament he'll come back and he'll probably end up winning that one as well. We'll have to see what the next one is. Hopefully we can get to the King of the Hill tournament going, because we do have that US, we do have the Warfare one there now, but obviously it's a matter of whether it's up on the day, but we'll have to just make sure in advance that we get Ret to put it on so it's ready. I'm sorry, Rick, but you don't get any winnings for this tournament. Maybe the next one. Neon and Rick James. Oh, I don't think you want to get them in for their thoughts, to be honest. I'm scared for what kind of stuff. Oh, right. Alright, so what I'll do at this point, because this is the end of the tournament. Where is the... Alright, the invite people. Get this. Alright. So, for anyone watching that isn't already a part of the Discord or plays the game, you can join the Discord here. I'll just put it twice. You'll be able to find the FAQ and the guide to how you can get Magicka Wizard Wars on Steam, because it's currently not in the Steam store, but you can still get it from there. You just need to make sure that you use the correct link, and you'll be able to follow that from the guide, and you can get everything set up, and then you will be able to join and have fun with this great game. We use the Discord to find matches because it is server based now. So make sure you look in the matchmaking channel, and you'll be able to find people. Typically, people play every day. We normally get some full lobbies in the evenings. Do I tutor? I do not tutor. I'm not one of the coaches. I'm sorry, Jix. Sorry, GG, you are too late. We literally just finished. We just had the final there. And I'll post the I'll put it up on my YouTube, provided that because I'm pretty sure I saved the broadcasts on Twitch, so I'll put that across on a YouTube. But yeah, unfortunately, GG, you missed it. You literally chose the exact time, the wrong exact time to join when it ended. What is my YouTube? My YouTube is exactly the same as my it's like the same name as my Twitch. The same as where I use everywhere. Where's my link? How do I get to this? Oh god. Sorry, I played that by accident. Do I just type it like this? I never do this stuff, so. Alright, there we go. I've got it. There is my YouTube. You'll be able to find a lot of Wizard Wars videos on there. There's some other videos as well, but mainly the vast majority of the videos on my YouTube is Magicka Wizard Wars, and I'll post any tournaments that I cast. You'll be able to find those on there as well. Previous ones that we've had a few since the revive. Normally it's me and DDH casting, but he wasn't around today, so maybe for the next one we'll do a lot more advertising for it, because like I said, this time around I wasn't really I wasn't really intending to cast for it, but then I was like, you know what, I'll do it. So it wasn't really set up, and I didn't help advertise for it, but we'll make sure to do that in the Discord. Yep, it's my pleasure. I do enjoy doing it. It is really, like I said, it's my favorite game. It is really enjoyable. Hopefully we can get more people to join next time. Maybe I'll have to do a really big prize pool, and maybe see if we can get all the vets back in, and we'll make Flamadec even richer. Alright, I think people will actually be playing now as well. Maybe you can... I'll join, maybe... Oh wait, no, because I'm currently in the... Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll quit, and if it's not started, I'll play a match. I haven't played in a while, actually. Alright, bear with me for a second while I take myself out of spectator mode. Hopefully I don't break the game. Alright, switch this over, Alright. No problem, Max. My pleasure. Yeah, I switched out Neon. Oh wait, what? Okay, apparently it didn't work. Huh. Let's try that again. Settings. Wait, that's weird. Do I have to do something else to get out of it? Because I removed the spectator mode. Oh, okay. So I should have switched out. I should have done it before I joined that. My bad. A little bit awkward. Alright, so let's crash the lobby then. Yay, we crashed the game. Woohoo. Alright. Let's start this back up. It's all Neon's fault. He's the one who created the... Actually, no, he didn't create the spectator mode. I think Rat pieced that one together. Neon improved the spectator mode. Alright, see you later. I still don't know how to say your name. And I don't wanna offend you by trying again, but it was nice seeing you. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you again, potentially in game. Nah, man, go for it. Anyone can join. We always try and balance the game around, you know, everyone in it. So even if you're a new player, we'll try and make sure that the balance is enough so that you don't just, you know, one team doesn't get completely steamrolled. Oh. Right. It's been a while since I played. Granted, it's not that long. All the muscle memory will still be there. I'm just not going to be that good. Not as good as Alias, at least. Alright, I don't know if we're waiting for anyone. Ah, there's Mac. Masusik. I have no idea how to say your name. I'm gonna call you Mac. Even though it's M-A-K, not M-A-C. I don't think... Oh, this might be balanced, actually. If you're a new player, Atticus is kind of new. Don't Speak is decent, and obviously Alias is really good, but... You know, we got two really good players, and then Tiv Tam is possibly on like Don't Speak level. I don't really know. Maybe not that level. If we could get like another newish person to join, that would be good. Let me just check the Discords, see what's going on. Oh god, I'm being pinged. I don't have Spell Hero, Dion. I'm sorry, I can't stream Spell Hero. Alright, we got Doug. Alright. Let's get this underway. Oh, wait, I've just... Oh, okay, this is going to be really awkward. Because before I stopped playing, I switched my self-cast to space. Normally I use middle mouse. So I'm not used to using that. No, Alias, no! Oh, this is going to take some getting used to. Hey, Broad, where were you? Why were you not playing in the tournament? Oh no, now Neon's dead as well. Oh, everyone's dying. Sorry, I've just been like a little bit distracted with this. Alright. 1v4, let's see if I can do it. Oh god. I can't do it. Oh yeah, I completely forgot that I switched to spacebar. Oh, you've been playing Lost Ark. Alright, fair enough. Alright, let's play properly. Or at least try to. Because I just kind of let Alias run wild there. Oh, miscast. It's being pushed. Alright, well at least we're winning this time. Hey, I killed someone. Hey, there we go. That's how we do it.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Yeah, I played Lost Ark for like when it came out, but I'm just not really in the MMO kind of like mood set, so I just didn't really stick around with it. Man, I can't believe that I used to like cast these while I was playing it as well, like do commentary. I just feel that I do not have the capability to do that anymore. Hey, nice job. Oh, they got the revive. Let's push him that way. Push Alias back this way. Oh, caught Doug by accident. Neon flying over the top. Let's see if we can get the freeze. Oh, run away, run away. I didn't realize my water went. Oh, I didn't hold it down. I don't know how that didn't kill him. No, don't let him through. No. Ooh, I don't want to go through. Oh, they actually killed him. Nice. Oh no, but he killed Doug. Don't let him through.
You win.
Yeah.
Is this the end? The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel.
But yeah, I'd love to get enough people to play the game again that we could do Warfare tournaments. Warfare is just the best game mode in my opinion. And it's such a shame that we don't have enough players for it. At least not for a tournament. Hey, we got Alias straight away. That's good. Oh. Sorry, I'm being. There's a ping. I'm being distracted. Oh, it's Alias. Teleport out. Oh no. Everyone's dying. I was hoping people would come through the teleporter. Wait, is Neon dead? I'm coming, Neon! Wait, which one's you? Oh, that's all.
Close call.
Oh god! The timing of that was awful. Oh god, I miscast. Oh god. No, I miscast. Still gotta get used to it. Where's the revive, Neon? Come on. Why are you wasting focus? Alright, we gotta win this one. I didn't realize Neon died so early. That's my bad.
Rebel 5. Action.
Where are my heals, guys? There we go. Oh, what? I wanted that. I put the ward on. I saw it come up on my screen. Run away! No! Everyone attacked me at once. And we don't have a revive. Oh! Alright, there we go. Great. I am going to end the stream there. How do I end the stream again? Alright, just press this. Alright, thanks everyone for joining. Really good matches, really good tournament, really entertaining. Thank you very much for all the players that played. Thank you to all you guys for joining. Congratulations again to Neon and Rick James for winning. And I'll hopefully see everyone again at the next tournament. I'll make sure to announce it and show it off more so we can get more people, more entertaining. Hopefully it'll be a King of the Hill tournament like this one was supposed to be, but we'll see. So thank you everyone, and I'll see you next time.